The nail that sticks out farthest gets hammered the hardest. Other people's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. It's better this way, sister. There's more to life than staying safe. True, life is complex, but so are a great many accidents. Life is not measured by what you have. It's measured by what you give. When you're the most happening person at the party, it's time to leave. Half of seeming clever is keeping your mouth shut at the right times. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. It is said we learn more from our failures than our successes. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. To have a human form of a joyful thing, but in the universe of possible forms, there are others just as good. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Everyone's greatest fantasy is to walk away from the life you lead. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. When your intentions are pure, so too will be your success. Life isn't about escaping, but it's all about experiencing. Everything changes in my life, and the world stays the same. One day you will wake up, and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted. Do it now. Death is unstoppable. One must face it as a fact of life. Oh, darling, don't be bitter. It's the first instinct of the weak. Weak leadership can wreck the soundest strategy. Distance sometimes lets you know who is worth keeping and who is worth letting go. Make improvements, not excuses. Seek respect, not attention. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. If you're waiting until you feel talented enough to make it, you'll never make it. Silence and non-action are the root of all things. No one else has ever opened doors for me. I opened them myself. Patience is the only way you can endure the gray periods. Sometimes one pays most for the things one gets for nothing. I do not believe in taking the right decision. I take a decision and make it right. You show me a capitalist, and I'll show you a bloodsucker. I knew it like destiny, and at the same time, I knew it as choice. Life is all about becoming a better version of yourself. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. A person's limitations are only measured by their drive to succeed. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling the truth. I know it isn't fashionable. Don't fast forward through life. You'll miss all the good stuff along the way. Don't bite off more than you can chew, because nobody looks attractive spitting it back out. Forget what hurts you, but never forget what it taught you. We have 4 problems: overthinking, trust, share, love. Here, in this quiet place we own, worlds are born. Run the voodoo down. Instinct is a makeshift, an admission of helplessness before the problem of reality. Now I know what success is: living your truth, sharing it. Heaven does without doing. through its purity. Earth does without doing through its calmness. But only he who, himself enlightened, is not afraid of shadows. It is the privilege of the gods to want nothing, and of godlike men to want little. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you when you are in darkness. Nothing happens until something moves. An education is not so much about making a living as making a person. Anything not worth doing is worth not doing well. Think about it. I saw a star. I reached for it. I missed, so I accepted the sky. When your opponent gives you an opening, be swift as a hare. No matter how good you get, you can always get better, and that's the exciting part. Death is so terribly final, while life is full of possibilities. Where you are in a few months depends on what you do today. Overconfidence blows out the risk. Inferiority magnifies it. You must accept the truth from whatever source it comes. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Do not fear the thorns in your path, for they draw only corrupt blood. Judging is the cause that creates the effect of choosing. Every act of goodness is born from our desire to be happy. Imagination is the highest form of research. There's nothing you can't do if you want it bad enough. It's often only in the lies we refuse to speak that any truth can be heard at all. Travel light, live light, spread the light, be the light. Tomorrow hopes we have learned something from yesterday. If my life is going to mean anything, I have to live it myself. If everything seems under control, you're not going fast enough. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. The search for truth is more precious than its possession. I can chase you and I can catch you, but there is nothing I can do to make you mine. You can jail a revolutionary, but you can't jail the revolution. In your own life, it's important to know how spectacular you are. 3 rules of work. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. If you listen to critics for too long, you will become deaf to success. Don't worry about the negative people may say about you. Learn from it and move on. The only limits for tomorrow are the doubts we have today. The older I grow, the more I distrust the familiar doctrine that age brings wisdom. In the end, you should always do the right thing, even if it's hard. If you wish to be out front, then act as if you were behind. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. Some people look for a beautiful place, others make a place beautiful. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. There is no doubt fiction makes a better job of the truth. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. It takes writing 1 billion bad words before you get to the good ones. Ability, experience, and books have solution for all the problems. What is of the greatest importance in war is extraordinary speed. One cannot afford to neglect opportunity. Don't stop when you are tired. Stop when you are done. There is no saint without a past, no sinner without a future. Those whose upper and lower ranks have the same desire are victorious. Sometimes life is too hard to be alone, and sometimes life is too good to be alone.